here we are at GenAI Summit. Say hi.
Hey,
yourself.
Doug Shanda. Hey, good to be on.
Doug, LinkedIn buddy, and we're going to give you a tour of GenAI Summit 2024 in San Fran. Very popular. A lot of people here, right, Doug?
Yeah, I think there's like 30,000, 40,000. There's a lot.
There's a lot of folks.
Yeah.
So. Top space. I'll be presenting there tomorrow. Got the VIP section up there, and the lab, and the mezzanine, and the lunch area. And here are. These are some of the participants here. Some big names, obviously Microsoft, Amazon, Salmanova with the compute. Big names. Workshops. Hands-on workshop. And I haven't.
It's an art thing. It's a digital soul.
Okay. Interesting. Now we're coming into the exhibitor area. Anybody sitting out for you, Doug?
A lot of RAG, a lot of vectorization.
AI agents is big. A lot of vector databases. There's Quadrant. I know about them because I think, and this is speculation, but I think they implemented the similar tweets feature for X recently.
Okay.
So they're using some sort of vector search to look up tweets that are similar to the one that you're looking at, and it'll recommend it, which is an amazing feature. And I think the LinkedIn team should to get on that too. And that's Quadrant. I'm going to talk to them a little bit later on tomorrow as well. Some more folks here. Sort of, a mix of different companies, like newer companies, more established brands. So nice blend of things.
What they're looking to do. They're trying to map out how the enterprise is going to use it. A lot of people doing small companies, medium-sized companies.
Yeah. GenAI training platform. Infrastructure. Also a big deal. I think there's a lot of questions in terms of how are you going to deploy these LLMs? How are you going to do it at scale? There's still a lot of work on that, I would say.
Yeah, they're all looking at the alerts, where they're coming from, how it's being alerted, and then how those tickets get enabled and processed.
So a lot of stuff on infrastructure, observability, monitoring, all important stuff, especially the monitoring part, because I think if you're deploying LLMs, you gotta just assume that hallucinations is gonna be part of the game. You're gonna have some of that. But so you have to assume that hallucinations are gonna happen. You want to avoid them, but worse, at the very least, you have to detect them and try to interrupt them before they have some bad effects. So here's
when in doubt.
This is the Unitary H1. Tell us about this robot, Doug.
Yeah, so I think the Unitary H1 is actually sitting around a price point about $30,000. It's one of the lowest ones on the market, like price-wise. It seems cool. Don't know about all the implications, but on the concrete floor, it's fairly loose.
There's also a dog version as well. But listen, AI robots are going to be a thing, and like any other consumer group product, there's going to be different tiers, right? Yeah. There's going to be your economy tier, your value tier, your premium tier. So you can imagine the guys from Figure and OpenAI and even Tesla owning the top tier, but then there's got to be room for like these budget-friendly, like hacker-friendly types of robots, right?
Yeah, we don't know what for yet, but they definitely, I know the dogs that they had out, they were kind of kicking them around and showing the versatility and durability. Those dogs are selling for around $1,600. And so they have remote control versions and it has some autonomy.
So the dogs are $1,600. The robot, the humanoid robot, is $30,000. And it would be interesting to see how general they are, like how well you can train them for different tasks. Like that, I think to me is kind of where it's going to be tricky, right? Like it's fun having train it to do different things. Shake his hand. Oh, he's backing up.
It's pretty sturdy.
Oh yeah, look at that. And he's stopping. Heads up. He's ready. He's winding up.
He gives hugs.
We're gonna give a hug. There we go. It's friendly.
No malice, no malice.
I come in peace, the robot says.
Thank you.
Awesome. And obviously there's a remote control right there. Okay. Cool, man. All right, let's keep looking.
Utilizing AI to speed up deal flow by analyzing
GenAI
points.
for investment management makes sense. AI agents, as I mentioned, AI agents is a big topic.
It's a lot of law, right? So law came into play. Some of the presenters were talking about some of the law items that they built out and how people were able to do 3 times the amount of casework with using AI agents.
And yeah, so I think obviously there's the big demand for legal services in this new space.
Yeah.
It's new area, so you're gonna come up against edge cases and LLM. So like they're, I think, selling their services
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Star Trek fonts.
Star Trek. Classic. This is about AI. Five train, going back to the infrastructure play, getting the data right for LLM applications. What's up? How's it going?
Big titty Trump.
Let's talk about. You mind talking to us about Fivetran and GenAI stuff? What are the hot topics? What kind of questions are you getting?
How does Python help to direct pipelines?
Yeah.
What does Python do?
What's the elevator speech for that?
Yeah, Python is into data integrations. We migrate data reliably, securely to your destinations. We support a lot of services like databases as services. We support the structure and unstructured data. We recently added like data lakes and hybrid deployments.
Yeah.
As a service, so it's good.
And that's going to be key because the LLMs are good, but without domain-specific data, they're not that helpful. And so one, you got to feed domain-specific data into these LLMs and applications, but then also you got to make sure that those pipelines are up and running, that they're reliable.
That's what we do.
Exactly. So Fivetran, that's where you're coming in. Okay, cool, man. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah. The interesting thing about data is it's always data. They don't really always talk about what data, how the data, where's the data.
Right. Ethical source of data. So
Most is very big.
where are you getting your data?
Yeah.
That's always a tricky thing. They're always asking like where, how are you training your data, your models? Where's that coming from? That's a service there that's giving you ethically sourced data. I haven't seen that before. That's a new one for me.
Ethical or grass-fed
Yeah.
data.
Yeah. Gradient. Had a chance to talk to the folks at Gradient. They're working on AI agents as well. I'll be coming back to talk to them a little bit more on AI agents for production.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not seeing a lot of is there's not really. They're mainly talking about agents at the form of on the industry level, on the very basic level, and then talking to some enterprise activities, but nothing on the multi agents. The most time they get to multi is when they're really talking to agentic workflows.
Right. And I think in part because AI agents itself is still kind of a newer framework.
Yes.
And then a level on top of that is going to be agents talking to each other, organizing things.
Right. Well, I mean, agentic is kind of where they're talking to each other, they're talking to the process or processes and kicking off things. But what they're going to find is that agentic workflows become very clunky because they're so large that when they come back down and they say, well, let's do a multi-agent approach, you're going to be able to kick off very quick activities to these smaller agents.
100%. Here we are. Here's company talking about security, safety, guardrails, AI. How's it going? Are you here with these folks?
Yes.
Cool. You want to tell us about what you're doing?
Who are you, by the way?
My name is Manny Bernabe. This is Doug Shannon, and we are LinkedIn guys that like to talk about all things LLMs, GenAI for enterprise automation. Yeah. So we're going around and we're just like, hey,
Talking to the audience.
Talking to the audience. Yeah. But guardrails, safety, I get that question all the time from my customers is like, hey, I get these LLMs in production. How do we keep them on track? How do I make sure that they're not going to say something that they shouldn't be saying? So how do you respond to that?
Well, so what we're trying to do here at Exhibitor is the ability to secure data as it goes into the LLM, and then it gets stored in the vector databases. So just like any place else that data goes, there's going to be issues that you have to protect against.
Yes.
I mean, it's very interesting. On the first day of this year, the SEC mandated if you've been hacked, you have to be able to tell within 4 days that it's material. Well, how do you do that if you don't know what data you have in there? And that's a big issue with CIOs. So, so what we're doing is we're extending what we've done historically in traditional cloud-based data lakes and things like that into the generative AI.
Okay. Awesome. Big deal. I think that's again, the number one question that I'm getting as I'm pitching LLMs and GenAI products is to enterprise in particular, like, Manny, how are you going to keep it safe? So I think a hot topic, big deal.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And
Huggy Face tokenization.
Hugging Face, absolutely. Mainstay, key pillar.
Yeah, he's one of our
Okay. AI content consumption platform.
Too much noise.
Going this way.
So that's the main stage. That's where all the keynotes are happening. Not the best acoustics in here. It's kind of hard to hear the speaker, but really nice. I should mention that we're here at the Fine Arts.
Palace of Fine Arts.
Palace of Fine Arts, and it's beautiful. In particular, the outside, the front area is wonderful. They have like these old Rome-like columns. It's lovely.
A hyperscaler or a large language model giving out responses which are not human-like. It's going to happen, and it's the part of that. Initially, we had a cruise car before the LLM days stuck, and traffic police being chasing it while it is stuck at one place.
So
and
these folks here.
I think we need those failures to like really learn.
Thank you. Yeah, Pete. Cool.
This is on to the AGI main stage, actually. This is the theater
Yep.
where everybody goes in. You have this back room area where everybody's able to, there's a lot of seats in here.
Yeah. Everyone's just having popcorn out.
We can actually go in the on side.
Awesome. Even better. Oh, much quieter in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is there a way for us to anonymize it in as many cases as we can, i.e. remove that PII? And yes, we might want named entities like a person's name. We might want those in our data sets, but at the same time, that comes with it a great liability. So we have to treat that with the utmost respect, with anonymization. But that's also a huge advantage for us because our models are in-house. They're in the same environment they're using. It's basically going through our entire system. So we don't need a BAA or an agreement saying, we're the company or the third party that we might be using is
sounds good.
responsible for our users' data. We don't have to do that because we've got it internal.
Got booted. No filming in the main theater.
Obviously, pay attention to that PII.
Talk to my producer, please, because he's the one that got me in here.
No, we're fine.
All right. So Palace of Fine Arts Theater.
Yeah, outside this way is the exit of the Palace of Fine Arts of this area, and then outside on the side here, there's a bunch of taco trucks. And so a lot of food
Ooh.
trucks and stuff that most of us have lunch at.
Yeah.
There's a little coffee bar,
Bayed.
These old fireplaces.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't? Okay, cool. All right, I think we'll close it there then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the tour, Doug. And day one of GenAI Summit, a lot of folks here. There's a big rush in the morning to get everybody in.
Yeah. So much so that they didn't even give everybody badges. There's like no name on it. They were just like, go inside, go inside.
Right.
There's a huge line.
So today's just kind of looking around and looking forward to having some more in-depth conversations tomorrow.
Good.
Thank you.